So we just did coffee. We got some Aeropress at the barn, and it was an experience. MV60.
We had 3 coffees, 2 on V60, 1 on Aeropress, and all 3 of them were very distinct, very good coffees.
10 out of 10 for that coffee shop. A little bit on the pricey side for a cup of coffee, but it seemed worth it. So we just kind of watched a bit of a film that was really just about the history of this prison that we're at and kind of the Stasi Soviet holdings in Germany and all of that. So now we're about to go just walk through the prison and into it.
Once this building was built, and this building was built in the late 50s and officially opened in November 1960, the cellar prison was closed, and the last remaining prisoners, we are talking about 136 people, were transferred from the old prison to the new building. And from then on,
that is really low.
Buckets, people were rubber sleeping on small sacks on the floor, and
We're currently inside of what's called a restless cell, and it's all made out of rubber, so it's pitch black in here.
That's the window.
That's the window, which used to also have rubber on it, but wow.
okay, let's now take a look at how prisoners were transferred. So there would be one who was in case of independence, in case of a prisoner assault, he would need to know who would then come to the system. And he would do that in 2 ways. There were videos.
This is another one of the cells that they used to keep prisoners in. It's really tight. I guess we just have a bed here with blue clothes. And then they wouldn't even be able to flush the toilet themselves. The guards would have to do that outside. And you can't even see outside the windows.
Here, walking along this hallway, and that he needed to place his his prisoner, in one of the available cells, or to tell him or her to look down or to face the wall. And that's how they would not meet.
This is one of the places where they would keep a group of people. And I guess they would have some people assigned to spy on the other prisoners that were here to see if they could get any information that would just further incriminate them. So it's just more of these wooden beds.
It was crazy the noise difference, eh?
It's like really insulated in here.
It's double door too, so I suppose it like really gets quiet.
Yeah. Okay, now we've lost our tour group. Gotta go find them. Just passing through an aisle of interrogation rooms. The differences here mostly, well, aside from the furniture and everything and the function, you can actually see outside the windows. It was an interrogation tactic. Gotta find the group. Found them. But Matt is still taking pictures upstairs, so he's lost. So this is the outdoor cell,
What you see is like an
Which-
international.
every prisoner got like 30 minutes of outdoor time a day. And when they were out here, they would be forced to walk in circles like a lion, which is why they call it the lion's den.
Like a tiger, which is why they call them tiger cages.
Like a tiger, which is why they call them tiger cages.
Where did you get lion's den from? Daniel.
Probably. Because the tour ended. Each of these are headshots of different people who were imprisoned here.
The technical achievement of this is
So I've kind of lost Matt and Jordan. We came into the exhibition hall, the tour finished, and it's kind of like a museum. And I don't know if I'm even supposed to be here. I've got a big room with not really anything in it. Looks like a closet. Some pictures. I don't know. I gotta go find them. Okay, so I linked up with Matt, found him, and we're in the museum part of the expedition. The exhibition. So there's this whole section on each of these giant whiteboards is a different topic that the stuff is for. This one happens to be violence. So it's crazy to think that this stuff was used. I mean, we all know what straitjackets are, but this was, in some instances, less than 40 years ago. These are just like little things that the prisoners would try to make with their cloth or their clothes or their bed sheets. And it's just something that they would use to entertain themselves.
Eine kleine Spinne gefunden, die über den Weg lief. Die habe ich mir mit auf die Zelle genommen als kleine Bereicherung. Und mit der habe ich dann gespielt.
And it looks like the most recent one found was from 2012 in a grate in the cellar. And the way that they would teach each other vocabulary, they've got an English booklet that was snuck in. And then these cigarette packs with Latin vocabulary written on it with coffee. And then here we've got all of the equipment. Well, I mean, not all, but some of the equipment from the hospital that was in the prison. It just looks like tools, really. That's real x-rays. Which is really hard to see, but that's real x-rays. Wow.
That's what hit me. It was like when we were talking about like the yeah. You know, I was like,
Okay, then finally see you guys later.
All right, what an experience that was. We got to have a 27-minute film, walked through a prison, and then went through an exhibition. It was amazing. Very mind-blowing. And just to think that some of that even happened like 30 years ago or less.
Man, what really stuck out to me was it just emphasized the seriousness of the Cold War. The way we're taught about it in school in North America, or at least in Canada, it almost feels like it was a bit of a joke. Like it was just like people with different mindsets that were on opposite sides.
And overreacted.
But really, there were like thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that were severely impacted by this ideological war, this conflict of political ideas. It was people in prisons, it was people that were being tortured, and all of this was happening because of political conflict, really. It was crazy.
It's nuts. It's certainly a different type of history that you experience here than when we're looking at, say, Canadian or American history, because these guys experienced it like it literally happened in their backyard. The more you know.
we're still on the ground.
Man, so we just had that pizza and it was c'est magnifique. One of them was meatless. I had a meatless pizza, everybody, okay? A meal with zero meat. It was cheese and sauce.
Wow.
And it was better than the one with meat.
A cheese meal, so look at that. I'm so proud of you, Eric.
It was better than the meat one. The meat one was spicy, but it was very good. I give this place a 10 out of 10. Although I don't really know what my rating scale is because I've been giving a lot of things 10 out of 10. I don't know.
Maybe you need a range that goes from like 9.7 to 10.9. You know, like just to get so that things can always be in that 10 factor.
Yeah, because it's really good. So then I would give this a 9.9.
9.9.
9.9
out of 10.
out of 10.9. So 9 out of 10.
But only going down.
So a 9 out of 10.
So really a 2.
The 0.9 out of 10.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It was like a 9. It was like a 2 out of 10, basically.
I dropped a 0.20.
But it's essentially a 2
But
out of 10.
essentially it becomes...
All right, this now makes sense.
Yeah.
I now understand. Okay.
We've gone deep here.
Alright, it is our first elemental challenge, first obstacle. It's starting to rain. And we gotta find the Bonhoeffer statue. So, here's hoping it doesn't pour. Ah! Right, so update. We have found the statue, and it is at this beautiful church. Also, it stopped raining. It was forecasting. And then we got stuck on our tram a little bit because the power went out. So, all turned out to be really well. So this is the statue of, well, it's a memorial to Dietrich Bonhoeffer. And he ministered at this church for a little bit. Let's see, what do we got? So we came to H&M and we found beanies. But they're all like strange. I mean, they're all the same, but it's just not the same. I've tried them, given them their fair shake, but it's just not the same. I guess I'll check in Prague, but I don't know about this beanie business. Guess we'll see. Alright, so we're finally back at the Airbnb. I guess we've been here a little bit.
We have been here like 2 hours at least.
Finally.
Finally. Today has been so full.
You finally realized that you're not going to
Serious. Very serious. We went to the Stasi Museum.
That wasn't even funny. But what's funny now is that you laughed after saying that is what I'm laughing at now. Alright.
We gotta reset.
Now that the whole world thinks that we are out of our minds.
Reset. Alright. Now that we've reset, today was a really full day. We went to the Stasi Museum and saw a lot of history. Learned a lot of things. We got some good coffee. We also got some doner, which is lamb. It was okay. And then we saw Bonhoeffer's statue and a church. It was a good time. Let's see what tomorrow has. The rock won't move. But the train will.